I hadn't heard from my friend in a week, so I went to his house. His partner said he was on a trip. Then a muffled moan came from the locked garage. I tried the side door, and what I heard broke me. Jake hadn't answered his phone in 4 days. 4 days doesn't sound like much, but Jake and I had talked every single day for 15 years, since freshman year of college when we were randomly assigned as roommates and discovered we both hated our biology professor and loved bad horror movies. Every day since then, texts, calls, memes, stupid videos, daily contact was our thing. Monday morning, I'd sent him a meme about our boss. Usually, he'd respond within minutes with a crying, laughing emoji or his own meme. Nothing. Tuesday, I'd texted, "You alive?" Nothing. Wednesday, I'd called twice, straight to voicemail both times. Thursday morning at 7:47 a.m., I got a text. "Yeah, sorry, busy with work stuff." It didn't feel right. Jake wasn't a sorry, busy person. Jake was an "I'm swamped, but here's a 3-paragraph rant about it" person. This was short. Clipped. Wrong. I called. Voicemail. Thursday afternoon at 2:34 p.m., I left work early. Drove to Jake's house in Arlington, the house he'd bought with Marcus 2 years ago. The nice colonial with the blue shutters and the perfectly maintained lawn that Marcus was obsessive about. I parked on the street, walked up the driveway. The lawn was perfect. Marcus was obsessive about lawn care. Every blade of grass the same height, edges crisp. The driveway had been pressure washed recently. Everything looked normal, suburban, safe. I rang the bell, waited, counted to 15. Nobody came. Rang again. At exactly 30 seconds, the door opened. Marcus stood there in workout clothes, Under Armour tank top, basketball shorts, expensive Nike running shoes. His hair was slightly damp, like he'd just showered. He looked fresh, energized. And when he saw me, his face split into a huge smile. Too huge, too bright, like a commercial for teeth whitening, like someone who'd been expecting a different person and had to recalibrate. "Alex, hey man, what's up?" His voice was loud, enthusiastic, the voice of someone performing happiness rather than feeling it. "Where's Jake?" I asked, not bothering with pleasantries. "He's not answering his phone." "Oh yeah." Marcus leaned against the doorframe, shifting his weight in a way that blocked the entrance. Casual, relaxed. "He took a last-minute trip to Portland. His cousin's having some kind of crisis, family emergency situation. You know how it is." I stared at him, processed those words. Portland, cousin, last-minute trip. Jake didn't have a cousin in Portland. Jake's only cousin was Rebecca. She lived in Baltimore. They exchanged Christmas cards, but hadn't actually seen each other in 7 years. Jake had mentioned her exactly 3 times in 15 years of friendship. And more importantly, Jake wasn't spontaneous. Jake was the guy who planned our coffee meetups 2 weeks in advance, who made Google Calendar invites for casual hangouts, who created spreadsheets for grocery shopping and color-coded his closet by season. Jake did not take last-minute trips. "Portland?" I repeated. "For what?" Marcus's smile stayed fixed, painted on. "Emotional support stuff. His cousin's going through a breakup or something. Bad one. Jake's a good guy like that, always helping people. Drops everything when someone needs him." He chuckled, a sound without genuine humor. "Probably why you two are such good friends, right? Both bleeding hearts, both always trying to save everyone." Something in his tone bothered me. Something mocking, dismissive, like he was telling a joke I wasn't getting. Or worse, like he was telling a joke at my expense and enjoying my confusion. "When did he leave?" "Sunday night, late flight, red-eye. Should be back Saturday or Sunday. Depends how his cousin's doing." Marcus checked his Apple Watch. "The expensive one, Series 9, $790. I'll tell him you stopped by when he calls tonight." "He calls every night?" Brief hesitation, microsecond. But there. "Yeah, well, most nights, you know, when he has time." "Can I come in? Maybe wait for him to call back? We could hang?" "Oh man, I'd love to." Marcus straightened up, pulled his phone from his pocket, glanced at it meaningfully. "But I've got a work thing in 20 minutes. Video conference with the West Coast team. Super important. Can't miss it." He smiled again. "But I'll definitely tell Jake you came by. He'll be happy to hear you're checking on him. Really thoughtful, man. Does he have his phone with him?" Another microsecond hesitation. Yeah, of course. Why?" "Because he's not answering." "Oh, well, he's probably just busy with the cousin drama. You know how family stuff gets. Intense, overwhelming. I'm sure he'll call you back when he gets a chance." Marcus was already closing the door. Smooth, practiced, like he'd rehearsed this conversation. "But seriously, I gotta jump on this call. Good seeing you, man. Take care." The door closed. Click. I heard the deadbolt slide, then a second lock. Chain, maybe. I stood on the porch for a long moment, stared at the closed door, at the peephole where Marcus was probably watching me leave, at the doorbell camera, Ring, the kind that records everything, that was definitely catching this entire interaction. I stood on the porch for a moment. Something was wrong, very wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on what exactly. I walked back to my car, got in, started the engine, then I heard it. A sound, muffled, distant, but definitely a sound, from the garage. I killed the engine, sat very still, listened. There, again, a thump, then something that might have been a voice, muffled, desperate. My heart started hammering. I got out of the car slowly, quietly, walked around the side of the house toward the 2-car garage. The main garage door was closed, padlocked from the outside, heavy-duty master lock, but there was a side entrance, an old wooden door that led directly into the garage from the yard. I tried the handle, locked. I heard the sound again, closer now, definitely coming from inside the garage, a moan, muffled, human. "Jake?" I said quietly through the door, frantic thumping, banging banging, like someone kicking a wall. Jake, is that you? More banging. Desperate now. I looked around. The backyard was fenced. Tall, privacy fence. No neighbors could see. The side door looked old. The wood around the lock was weathered. I took 3 steps back, ran at it, shoulder first. The door frame cracked. One more hit. The door swung open. The smell hit me immediately. Sweat, urine, fear. The unmistakable smell of someone who'd been trapped for days. The garage was dark. Dim light coming through one dirty window. I fumbled for a light switch. Found it. Fluorescent bulbs flickered on. Jake was in the corner behind a stack of storage boxes. Hands zip-tied behind his back. Ankles zip-tied together. Duct tape over his mouth. He was wearing the same Nationals t-shirt he'd worn to our coffee meetup on Saturday, 5 days ago. His jeans were filthy. He'd pissed himself. His face was bruised. He looked like he'd aged 10 years. When he saw me, his eyes went wide, wild, terrified. He shook his head violently, trying to tell me something, trying to warn me. Jake? What the fuck? Well, this is awkward. I spun around. Marcus stood in the doorway. The smile was gone. His expression was cold, flat, empty. Move, I said. My voice shook. Can't do that. Marcus stepped inside, pulled the broken door closed behind him. You shouldn't have come back, Alex. This would have been over in a few days, but you had to be the hero. I'm calling the police. I pulled out my phone. With what? Marcus held up my car keys. You left them in the ignition. Rookie mistake, man. Also, he held up his other hand. My phone. You left this on your seat when you ran to break down my door. Double rookie mistake. My stomach dropped. When had he? Marcus must have seen me ram the door. Must have circled around, taken my keys and phone while I was inside finding Jake. Let us go, I said. Whatever this is, it's not worth it. Just let us leave and we won't. I lunged at him. Tried to grab my phone. Tried to push past him. He was faster. Pepper spray. Right in my face. I went down screaming, clawing at my eyes. Couldn't see. Couldn't breathe. Felt like my face was melting. When I could finally see again, vision blurry and tears streaming, I was zip-tied next to Jake. Hands behind my back, ankles bound. Marcus stood over us holding a roll of duct tape. Here's how this works, he said calmly. You're both going to shut up. You're both going to think about what you've done. And maybe, if you behave, I'll let you go eventually. He reached down and ripped the tape off Jake's mouth. Jake gasped, coughed. His lips were cracked and bleeding. Tell him, Marcus said. Tell Alex why you're here. Jake's voice was raw, damaged. He thinks I'm cheating on him. He's been accusing me for months, checking my phone, following me. I told him I wanted to leave, wanted to break up, and you are leaving, Marcus cut in. His voice rose. You're leaving me for him, he pointed at me. I've seen the texts. Love you, brother. You're my person. Can't imagine life without you. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know what that means? We're friends, I croaked. My throat burned from the pepper spray. That's all we've ever been. Jake is gay. I'm straight. There's nothing. Shut up! Marcus kicked me in the ribs. I doubled over, coughing. Don't lie to me. I've been watching. For months. Every coffee date. Every dinner. Every weekend hangout. You're trying to steal him from me. Marcus, please. Jake tried. Marcus slapped him. Hard. Jake's head snapped back. I've given you everything, Marcus said. His voice shook now. Everything. This house. This life. Security. Love. And you want to throw it all away. For what? For a friendship? For someone who doesn't even want you the way I do? He grabbed Jake's face. Forced him to make eye contact. You're mine. You don't get to leave me. You don't get to choose someone else. You're mine. He taped Jake's mouth again, roughly, then looked at me. You get to watch, Marcus said. Watch what you did to him. Watch him suffer because you couldn't just leave him alone. He left. The door closed. I heard the padlock click shut on the main garage door. Heard Marcus's footsteps fade, then silence. Jake and I sat in the dark garage. The only sound was our breathing, his ragged and panicked, mine shallow and terrified. How long? I whispered. Jake shook his head. Couldn't answer with the tape on. I worked at the zip ties. They were tight, professional grade, the kind cops use. Marcus must have planned this, must have supplies ready. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time felt meaningless in the dark. The door opened. Marcus was back with a water bottle and a protein bar. He pulled the tape off Jake's mouth again, fed him the protein bar, gave him water, gentle, caring, like he was taking care of a pet. I love you, Marcus said softly. You know that, right? This is for us. You'll understand eventually. You'll see that we're meant to be together, that nobody else matters. Marcus, please. Jake's voice cracked. Please let Alex go. He didn't do anything. This is between us. No, Marcus shook his head. He's the reason you want to leave. He's the problem. He needs to learn too. Marcus looked at me. You get nothing. No water, no food. You did this to yourself. The tape went back on Jake's mouth. Marcus left, locked the door again. That's how the next 4 days went. Maybe 5. I lost track. Marcus came twice a day, morning and evening. Fed Jake, gave him water, changed his position so he wouldn't get bed sores, talked to him about their relationship, about how they'd get through this, about how Jake would eventually understand. Me? Nothing. I got to watch Jake eat, watch him drink, watch Marcus be gentle with the person he was holding prisoner. By day 3, or maybe 4, I was hallucinating, dehydrated, desperate. My lips were cracked. My tongue felt thick. I'd pissed myself twice. The garage smelled like hell. Jake tried to help, tried to save half his water, tried to spit it at me so I could lick it off the concrete floor. Marcus noticed, taped Jake's mouth shut permanently after that. On what I think was day 5, though it might have been 6, Marcus made his mistake. He came in for the morning feeding, left his iPhone on the workbench, just for 30 seconds while he adjusted Jake's zip ties. Jake had developed circulation issues. His fingers were turning purple. Marcus was worried about permanent damage. The phone was 3 feet from me, face up, unlocked, screen still glowing. I kicked at it with my bound feet, stretched as far as I could. My zip ties cut into my wrists. Blood trickled down my hands. One more kick. The phone slid across the concrete, under the gap beneath the main garage door, into the driveway. Marcus's head snapped up. His face went white, then red, then purple. "You fucking—" He ran out the side door, around to the driveway. I heard voices. A neighbor's voice, female, older. "Sir, excuse me? Is this your phone? I found it in your driveway." "Yes, thank you. Marcus's voice, strained, fake casual. "Oh, there's a 911 call already dialing. Did you mean to—" No, that's a mistake. I'll—" "Help!" I screamed, used every bit of energy I had left. "We're in the garage. He's holding us. Call the police." I heard Marcus swear, heard scuffling, the neighbor screaming. 911, what's your emergency?" The operator's voice, tinny through the phone speaker. "There's a man attacking me," the neighbor, "and someone's yelling from a garage. Send help." "Ma'am, what's your location?" 2847 Oakwood Drive. Please hurry." Sirens, almost immediately. Fast. Marcus came running back into the garage. His face was wild, desperate. He looked at us, at Jake, at me, at the door. "This is your fault," he said. "This is all your fault." He ran out again. I heard his car start, heard him screech out of the driveway. The sirens got louder, closer. "Police, open up!" Pounding on the main garage door, then the side door, then a battering ram. The door crashed open. 3 officers rushed in, guns drawn. They saw us, saw the zip ties, the filth, Jake's beaten face, my dehydrated near-death state. "Jesus Christ," one of them said. "Get EMS in here, now!" They cut us free. My hands screamed when blood flow returned. I couldn't stand, collapsed when they tried to lift me. Paramedics arrived. Rachel Torres, EMT, 12 years on the force. She checked Jake first. IV fluids, oxygen, gentle words. "You're safe now. You're okay. We've got you." Then me. Same treatment. The water through the IV felt like heaven, like coming back to life. "Your friend saved you," Rachel said. "That 911 call got us here in under 4 minutes. If you'd waited any longer—" She didn't finish. Didn't need to. They loaded us into ambulances, separate ones. As they closed the doors, I saw police everywhere. Crime scene tape, detectives, news vans already arriving. The neighbor who'd found the phone, Mrs. Patricia Chen, 73, retired librarian, was giving a statement. She'd seen Marcus attack her, had seen him try to grab the phone, had fought him off long enough for help to arrive. At Arlington Hospital, doctors checked me over. Severe dehydration, malnutrition, bruised ribs, cuts and bruises from the zip ties. Trauma counseling recommended. Jake was in worse shape. They kept him for 3 days. His circulation issues required a hand specialist. Possible nerve damage. Psychological evaluation. Evidence collection for the assault charges. Detective Linda Martinez came to see me on day 2. 47 years old, 23 years in law enforcement, specialized in domestic violence and abductions. "Mr. Thompson," she said, sitting beside my hospital bed, "I need to ask you some questions about Marcus Chen." "Ask anything." "How long had Mr. Murphy been with Mr. Chen?" 2 years. They met on a dating app. Seemed great at first. Then Marcus started getting possessive, jealous. Jake tried to leave 3 times. Marcus always convinced him to stay. Detective Martinez wrote everything down. "Did you notice any escalation in the controlling behavior?" "Yeah. Starting about 6 months ago, Marcus installed security cameras, tracked Jake's location through his phone, would show up at Jake's work unannounced. Jake told me it was getting worse, but I thought—" My voice cracked. "I thought it was just relationship drama. I didn't think he was dangerous." "You couldn't have known," Martinez said gently. "These situations escalate slowly, then suddenly. You potentially saved Mr. Murphy's life. How'd you catch Marcus?" "His car was stopped 47 minutes after he fled. State police had an APB. He's in custody, facing multiple charges. 2 counts of kidnapping, assault, unlawful imprisonment, witness intimidation." "Good. There's something else." She pulled out a tablet, showed me photos. "We searched the house, found these in Marcus Chen's home office. Photos of Jake, hundreds of them. Some from security cameras, some through windows, some from his workplace, dated going back months, a stalking archive, and photos of me, walking to my car, at coffee shops with Jake, outside my apartment, all marked with dates and times and notes, still spending time with him. Another meeting needs to stop. He's been planning this," Martinez said. "The zip ties, the tape, the garage setup, it was all prepared. He was waiting for the right trigger. You showing up was that trigger." I felt sick. "There's more," Martinez continued. "Jake's phone. Marcus had it the whole time, was answering your texts, short responses designed to seem normal enough that you wouldn't worry too much." I remembered the sorry, busy text. How wrong it felt. I'd been right. "We need your testimony," Martinez said. "Both you and Jake. Will you testify?" "Absolutely." "Good, because Marcus Chen's lawyer is already planning a defense. Mental illness, temporary insanity, crime of passion. They're going to paint him as a victim of circumstance. We need your testimony to show this was calculated, planned, intentional." 3 days later, I was released. Went home to my apartment in Alexandria. Everything looked the same, but I felt different, damaged. Every sound made me jump. Every closed door felt like a trap. Jake was released 4 days after me. His parents came from Ohio to take care of him. He stayed with them for 2 weeks. Needed time to heal, to process, to feel feel safe? We talked on the phone, short calls at first, 5 minutes, then 10, working back up to our normal friendship. I'm sorry, Jake said one night. I should have told you how bad it was. Should have asked for help sooner. He isolated you, I said. That's what abusers do. It's not your fault. I kept thinking I could handle it, that I could fix things, that if I just loved him the right way. That's not how it works. He's the problem, not you. Silence. Then, thank you for coming back, for breaking down that door. If you hadn't, don't. You're alive. That's what matters. The trial was scheduled for 3 months later. Marcus was held without bail. Flight risk. Danger to witnesses. His family hired Lawrence Morrison, criminal defense attorney, 32 years experience, known for getting abusers reduced sentences. But we had something better. We had Patricia Morrison's firm, no relation, the prosecutor. District Attorney Patricia Morrison, 18 years in criminal prosecution, 47-2 trial record. She specialized in domestic violence and abduction cases. The trial lasted 2 weeks. Jake testified first, told the whole story, the escalating control, the accusations, the imprisonment, the fear, the certainty he was going to die in that garage. I testified next, described finding Jake, getting trapped myself, the 5 days of hell, Marcus's calculated cruelty. The defense tried to paint Marcus as mentally ill, brought in Dr. James Chen, psychiatrist, to testify about paranoid delusions and relationship anxiety disorders. Patricia Morrison destroyed them, brought in our evidence, the photos, the planning, the supplies purchased 3 weeks before the abduction, the systematic isolation, the calculated way Marcus had answered Jake's texts to prevent anyone from worrying. This wasn't a breakdown, Morrison said in closing arguments. This was a plan. Marcus Chen knew exactly what he was doing. He prepared, he executed, he was careful. The only reason these men are alive is because Mr. Thompson got lucky when he kicked that phone. That's not mental illness. That's attempted murder. The jury deliberated for 6 hours, came back with guilty verdicts on all counts. Sentencing was 2 weeks later. Marcus's mother sat in the courtroom crying. His father looked stern, angry. His 2 brothers sat silent. Marcus's mother addressed the court. My son is sick. He needs help, not prison. He's not a monster. He's just confused about love. Please, show mercy. Judge Robert Harrison, 62, 37 years on the bench, looked at her coldly. Your son held 2 men prisoner for 5 days. One of those men nearly died from dehydration. Your son's confusion about love doesn't excuse attempted murder. He turned to Marcus. Mr. Chen, you systematically stalked, abducted, and imprisoned 2 men. You showed no remorse, no understanding of the severity of your actions. I'm sentencing you to 8 years in state prison on each count of kidnapping, to run consecutively, plus 3 years for assault. Total, 19 years. You'll be eligible for parole in 12, Marcus's mother screamed. His father just sat there, stone-faced. Jake grabbed my hand, squeezed it. It's over. Not yet, I said, because I wasn't done. Marcus's family owned Chen Brothers Construction, major player in Virginia. They'd been doing damage control since the arrest, telling people it was a misunderstanding, that Marcus had a mental health crisis, that the media was blowing it out of proportion. I collected everything. Police reports, medical records, photos of Jake's bruised wrists, photos of the zip ties and duct tape, crime scene photos of that filthy garage, transcripts from the trial. I created a website, simple, clean, professional. The truth about Marcus Chen and Chen Brothers Construction. Posted every document, every photo, every piece of evidence. Made it public record. Then I posted links everywhere. Every contractor Facebook group in Virginia, every construction industry forum, every homeowner association group, every next-door neighborhood in the DC metro area. Before you hire Chen Brothers Construction, know who you're working with. Within 24 hours, the website had 47,000 views. Within 48 hours, Chen Brothers lost 6 major contracts. Schools, hospitals, county buildings, everyone dropped them. Within a week, local news picked it up. Construction company owner's son sentenced to 19 years for kidnapping. Family business faces backlash. Within 2 weeks, Marcus's father released a statement. Chen Brothers Construction is closing indefinitely. We apologize to our clients and our community. Marcus's mother called me from an unknown number. You destroyed our family. No, I said. Your son destroyed your family when he locked my best friend in a garage and left him to die. You destroyed your reputation when you defended him instead of condemning what he did. He's my son, and Jake is mine. Not by blood, but by choice. By 15 years of friendship. By showing up. By giving a shit. Your son tried to kill him. You want me to feel bad that your business failed? Try feeling bad that you raised someone who thinks love means imprisonment. I hung up. 2 days later, Jake forwarded me a screenshot from a mutual friends group chat. Marcus's cousin had posted from an unknown number. Marcus tried to contact Jake from prison. He says when he gets out, he's going to finish what he started. He's not sorry. He's angry we got him convicted. I screenshot the message, sent it to Detective Martinez with the subject line, "Witness intimidation from prison facility." She called me within an hour. "I'll handle this. That's a parole violation before he's even eligible for parole. Also terroristic threats. We can add years." "Good. Mr. Thompson, you've been very proactive in this case. I appreciate that, but you need to be careful. Revenge can become its own prison." "This isn't revenge," I said. "This is accountability. Marcus Chen held us prisoner. His family defended him. The The community needed to know who they were doing business with. That's information. That's justice. Okay, she said. Just be careful. 3 weeks later, the DA filed additional charges. Witness intimidation from custody, making terroristic threats, violation of protective order. Jake had one. I had one. Marcus had violated both by attempting contact. The judge added 2 more years to his sentence. 21 years total now. Eligible for parole in 14. Jake came to my apartment the day we heard. We ordered pizza. Watched a bad horror movie, like old times. Except we both jumped at every sudden sound. Both checked the locks 3 times. Both kept our phones within reach at all times. I'm moving, Jake said during a commercial. Can't stay in that house. Can't even drive past it without panicking. Where are you going? My parents want me to come home to Ohio, but I don't want to leave. This is my city. My life. I'm not letting him take that from me. So get a different place. Fresh start. Will you help me look? Obviously. 6 months later, Jake had a new apartment in Alexandria, 2 blocks from mine. We saw each other constantly. Coffee every morning, dinner twice a week, horror movie nights every Friday. People asked if we were together, if we'd finally figured out we were in love. We'd laugh. Marcus thought we were in love, Jake said once. Couldn't understand that friendship could be this deep without being romantic. That's his loss, I said. He never understood that loving someone doesn't mean owning them. 1 year after the garage, I got a notification. Someone had left a comment on the Truth About Marcus Chen website. Thank you for posting this. My sister almost married Marcus before Jake. She broke up with him because he was controlling. We tried to warn people, but nobody believed us. Now they do. I showed Jake. He read it silently. Then said, how many others do you think there were? I don't know, but they're safe now. 2 years after the garage, I testified at Marcus's parole hearing. He was applying for early release, good behavior, rehabilitation programs, mental health treatment. Tell us why you oppose parole, the board asked. Because he threatened to finish what he started from prison. Because he's shown no genuine remorse. Because the only reason Jake Murphy and I are alive is luck. I kicked a phone under a door at exactly the right moment. Marcus Chen had supplies prepared, plans in place. If we hadn't gotten lucky, we'd be dead. He doesn't deserve freedom. He deserves every single day of his sentence. Parole denied.